Hiro Mashima proceeds to answer public questions from the fans that appeared at Anime Expo. The fan goes to reply, hello, and Mashima, trying to act French again, tries to go bonjour, but messes it up a bit. Do you know at the present how Fairy Tail will end, or how each arc and all that? We still don't know how it will evolve. Mashima replies, in the end, I don't want to make some great revelations here, but I can just tell you that the story is in its heyday, and I hope you enjoy what follows to come in Fairy Tail. The next fan, replies, goes, hello, and Hiro Mashima still trying to act French, going bonjour. At the beginning of the manga, you talked about the major Seraph a lot, but only several volumes did we really think that we'd see him as an important character. Did you actually plan at the beginning of Fairy Tail the link between Natsu and Seraph at all? Mashima replies, yes, indeed, from the start, I knew that Seraph would be reused because it's a great character and I love him for that. Hi, complicated question. I have a thing about the dragons. You talk about your inspiration with Dragon Ball, but the dragons are very oriental rather than the cartoony versions that we see in Dragon Ball. So why choose these dragons of this design? What do you like about this dragon style that you personally choose as well? Mashima replies, it's simple, it's because I love Western designed dragons and I use that as my inspiration for the series. So you've done a lot of research on dragons for this, in fact. Mashima replies, yes, I have collected many documents on this about dragons. The person asks, I have the impression that in Fairy Tail, wherever there is an opportunity to show the female form, as there's a lot of laughter in the room, a lot of people blushing, free, or is it just an impression? Mashima starts chuckling very awkwardly. It's very simple, it's because I love this kind of drawing, as everyone applauds and everyone loves a little bit of skin and fan service in Fairy Tail. The problem is in France, your summers are very open, but in other countries, very often when I put a little bit too much, it balls right out of me, as he just publicly laughs. Why did you suddenly stop Monster Soul? It was established from the start that it was a contract and that we knew it was going to be a very short series. It will be held to the respect and the established contract that it was set out to do. The hero had more techniques that he used as natural disasters, and it was difficult to make it last longer than what I originally had planned. Hello, I'd like to know if there will be any clarification on the lives of some of the characters like Jalal with the Tower of Heaven, or like Sting and Rogue before entering Sabretooth. I will not reveal the past of everyone, but if it's characters that you precisely want to know about, then they're parts that we thought about, then I definitely do want to do that at some point. Thank you very much for the manga. It's a great series. I'm a big fan. I wanted to know after how long will it be until you stop Fairy Tail, or even adding into spin-offs, and also as well your involvement with how long will you have in Fairy Tail? Mashima replies, if I answer you that, I think I'll spoil the fun, as people laugh in the room with Mashima. Hello, the episode's just finished recently, just a few months ago. I wonder if it's possible if we know the date of coming back to the series. There will be one as he laughs, but I hope you have patience and wait until we can announce it. The way you write your scenarios is divided into several arcs in the series. More or less, I noticed that there's a occurrence that you apply to each item where you tell to find an explanation later. Do you think it's important in a story that all the mysteries are resolved, or you prefer to keep some a mystery? Small bonus if there's a link between Plu and Plu from Rave Master. Mashima replies, for Plu I think there's a chance that they will definitely meet, from one from Rave Master and the one from Fairy Tail. I have a real desire not to leave any unsolved mysteries in my manga, but I also have a slight tendency to forget to provide the answers to some questions. If that's okay, let me know, so I'm trying to fill that void in. Just last week I drew a storyboard to compensate for the lack of it, as the one that he's referring to right now is the Yukino and also as well the Serrano stuff about them being sisters finally reuniting. Mashima then proceeds to do a live drawing and answer questions at the same time. First of all, I'd like to tell you that you did a great job with your series. I had a question though. Since the beginning of the manga, you've always chosen the number 7. Is it a coincidence or something like that? Actually, in Japan, we often use the lucky 7 as it's just a number that I like to use and I tend to use in a lot of series. Why did you choose a heroine for the main character? Because often we take a general male hero role for a series. For me, in Fairy Tail, the main characters to me are Natsu and Lucy. There are already a lot of characters in my guild, and I told myself that it would be nice to put a forward girl into the series. Is it true that your very presence on social networks, do you think is to maintain contact with your fans? Yes, it's actually quite important to me. Do you have an anecdote in relation to the social network? What's funny is when I make a character disappear from the manga, I get usually a photo of me somewhere with a little scissors, and then I just cut it from them as everyone starts laughing in the room. One of the most fun, it was a parody in in which I represented death with a scythe and where I was going to knock at the door of each character to pick them up as everyone laughs in the room. Hello, how did you find inspiration for the tragic past of characters like Grey with Ul and Urza with the Tower of Heaven? I always thought, and I always asked myself, what could I even find to make more attractive characters? And I decided to give them depth. This, I find, is my inspiration for such characters like Grey and Urza. Have you ever known to be having blank page syndrome? And if yes, how did you manage to get away with it? Mashima replies like, to answer your question, I have never experienced the blank page syndrome where I've never been able to draw anything like that and have no ideas for a certain arc or a certain chapter. First of all, thank you for this manga, and now I need to know, like, you talk a lot about Ankaserum God associated with Zereth and Mavis. How important will this be in the later parts of Fairy Tail? Normally in me, it's only a parallel episode. I don't think I will use such a thing in the future. As Hiro Mashima sounded like a bit confused that he was going to refer to that maybe that the Ankaserum God was going to be another person like him as an immortal. Do you think Fairy Tail would be the work of your life, or do you intend to create something more incredible and unbelievable later on? The next manga that I would draw, the day when I start, I would draw carefully to make something even better than Fairy Tail as everyone gasps and applauds. The presenter is very shocked as Hiro Mashima has already completed his drawing of Natsu in the allotted time of 10 to 15 minutes and will continue to draw other characters whilst there are still questions being answered as he continues to draw Lucy Heartfilia. What do you think of all the fan fictions that circulate on the web with your characters? I'm very happy as a bunch of people clap and scream in the room, and somehow it prompts me from the basis and reflects that sometimes and all that I see very talented people out there and I think, you know, that's how you draw and it's really interesting and I absolutely love it. Volume 51, you said Zereth and I will talk about my relationship with Mavis and educate you about Igneel later, but do you think you're going to provide such information in a chapter approximately? Some of the audience boo and also shout out spoilers as well, as some of the French fans have not caught up to this part of the series yet. However though, during this time, like, Mashima just added Lucy Heartfilia into the drawing and the fans started shouting out Lucy and applauded. Mashima, to the answer to that question, I do not know if you read Fairy Tail Zero, but there are many answers already in that question there, and I don't know already if it's been released in France as of this time. Hello! Many people know that Fairy Tail is about to finish. Unfortunately, is it over? Do you have any ideas of the next manga you plan to do after Fairy Tail? I have no precise ideas, but trust me, it will be a good manga. Will Grey ever give an answer to Juvia, or will he make her wait? Actor in the room and screams in applause as a bunch of Juvia and Grey fans are getting up. Mashima replies, I think, like, everyone has longed for this for a very long time, and, like, he knows exactly what is in his heart, and those true feelings, so yes, it might be expected that he will give an answer. As the animator just goes, love, what a beautiful thing. How did you learn to draw alone? Or did you take private lessons or to learn how to draw, Mashima? Personally, I did not go to a school to learn how to draw, but the most important thing to draw especially is to show your designs to people around you, to have their opinions, because it is very important as everyone starts applauding. We've often seen the power of friendship that cause to, like, liberate or develop the situation. Would there be other themes that you see, like love passes through some of your work? Yes, with the exception of friendship, the flames inside oneself, as quoted by Natsu. Hi, it's an honor to be in the same room as you, Mashima. And it's not really a question but a request. Would you please give me the drawing that you're sketching right now? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Like, as a bunch of fans start yelling and booing because they want Mashima's drawing too. Personally, I do not mind at all, but I think there are a bunch of people in that room that would be less happy about it than I would. As a bunch of cosplayers come up, hi, we're from the cosplaying team of Fairy Tail. You know, in our life, we really want to know what your favorite arc is, and also whether a day a character will really die. Some boos and others applaud in the audience. As a bunch of cosplayers get up to greet him. There are many things that I do. The one that I prefer the most is Urza in the Grand Magic Games during the Pandemonium. This part I really prefer. To answer a bit of an embarrassing question, I cannot say anything, but you'll be surprised in the next few chapters. Have you become human like Shala? No, I don't think so. He wouldn't be very cute like that. Mashima decides to end by drawing a little picture of Happy and then saying thank you very much to everyone in France. That ends Mashima answering all his fans' questions. Now, if you want to see what the certain people that had at the panel to answer to Hiro Mashima, then I do have one part of this video already out already. So please click on the link down below to check that out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What did you think about this video in general? But if you have anything else to say as well, I would definitely appreciate a subscribe in the bottom down below. Thank you very much for watching as always, people. I've been your host, Savagezweipanda, And thank you very much as always, and I will hopefully see you guys though next time.